Hello, let's do Wordle for Saturday, January 10th. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it said to start with Grace. All right, there's a C today. That's nice. So C and an A. A is not in the middle. So maybe starting with CA. I see the word candy. We should think about common letters though. Common letters left are S, T, L, and N. So we have to use C and A because we play in hard mode. Cast, but I don't know how to continue that. Cast with an E is a word, but there's no E in the puzzle. So, I'm trying to think how I could use at least two of these common letters, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe an SC. The problem with that SC is I want to put an A after it, but I can't. So, like something like scald would be amazing, but it would repeat the A in the middle. So it would be a filler. It would let me do it. In hard mode, it lets you reuse yellows in the same spot, and it lets you use grays again. But I'd prefer not to. Can't get it in two if you do filler on guess two. I could also do like, oh, I was going to say like a CK, but again, that would put the C in the wrong spot. So this isn't working. I don't think we can do something like that. So it's not SC, not SC. Honestly, candy might be the way to go. Maybe I could do another vowel here, like an I or an O. I prefer not to use U. U is the least common vowel, but if it works, ooh, like something like cause, but again, no E. But CAU could work. CAI, no, CAI doesn't look good. Karen is a word, but there's no R. That's the only one I think. I can't think of another CAI at least. How about CAL? Colst. Cult. No. Call. Okay, well, I better just do candy then because I can't think of anything else. All right, well, that worked out okay. We have an AN. So it ends in C. Oh, so it's probably like an IC word, like panic. All right. Manic, panic. I think those are the only two. I don't know if it's forced to be one of those two. I think those are the two left, but. All right. So panic or manic. I think panic is the more common word, so we'll go with that first. Oh, well, manic it is. Okay, well, lost to 50-50 there. I wonder if the official bot's going to say that I had a higher skill for going for panic because manic is less common, but I don't know. Manic isn't all that uncommon. Makes me think of what is that actually? What's the full thing? Like the manic pixie girl trope. I feel like there's more to it. Anyway, before we do anything else, let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to start with tomorrow. Oh my gosh. It's not Kenny this time. It's Arch Nemesis telling us to start with Xylil. So we are back to Xylil. Can you believe it? Getting Xylil so close together. Well, we're going to learn some very interesting things about L and Y tomorrow. So, that should be helpful. Okay. Well, let's do some bot analysis then and see how we did today. So Grace was not our answer. Manic was our answer. I feel like the manic pixie girl could be named Grace. All right. Let's see. So it's saying there's 56 words left. There were plenty of words I could have done. But it's saying the best was Capone. Capone. Is that in the answer list? It is. What is that? Is that like a musical instrument thing? Or fine. No, it's a castrated male chicken fattened for eating. Isn't a male chicken a rooster, or is only are roosters only the non-castrated ones? Interesting that you could use the word chicken for a male. I thought chicken was only the females of the species. I don't actually know all the different words we use for that species. Anyway, canal, repeating the A, cabin. So yeah, there wasn't anything like, oh, let's use all a bunch of STs and Ls. So at least not here. Manic is actually high in the list. It has a could get into there. I did candy. Is candy on the list? It is not. All right. 2.696 candy. Okay, after candy, it was only manic and panic, and I did the wrong order. All right. It would do Capone, and then it's only manic, so that works out very well. See, the P gets rid of panic. All right. And if we start with its suggestion of tails, we go carny. Interesting. And then now we're down to 4 words: bacon, manic, nacho, and panic. And it's saying you just got to go for one of them, and you might get lucky, but you're probably going to get unlucky and do something like that. Oops, something like that. So you can get anywhere from 3 to 5, kind of an equal chance. Steel has the A. We're going to go carom, and then magic, and then malik or manic. I don't know. So 4 or 5. D, the most common starting word by far. AI, so it goes train. And then it could get manic in 3, or it's going to go something like mania manic. All right. And then audio. Again, train. Same exact thing. All right. Stare, another common starting word. Canal. It could get manic in 3, otherwise it gets it in 4. Trace tries to get it in 2. Ooh, it can't. We can't say it gets lucky with manic because it's not tied for first. So we have to do something like canal and then get lucky on manic. The whole point of trace is that it has the best chance of getting lucky and getting it in 2. So when I do the trace analysis, I pretend it gets lucky because that's kind of what trace is for. And then finally, place is what the official bot does. So it's not going to go for panic. We got carob or carom, and then yacht, and then magic manic. So these could be swapped because they were equal, but 4 or 5. All right. Well, let's check with the official bot, see how people are doing today. Let me grab the screenshot first so that we can do both analyses. This was manic. All right. And then did I beat the bot? All right. So it gives me a 93 skill, 55 luck. How many starts with grace? 531. So it's a common starting word beyond following along with me. But candy is by far the most common follow-up. So I'm not alone in only thinking of candy there. Cloak is interesting. I kind of like that. Cabin, tacky, cock. I remember cock has been the answer before. Campy, bacon, china, camps, and capone is what it suggests, as well as the official bot. Or sorry, the non-official bot. Panic, it gives me a 99 on. Manic would also be a 99, so it considers them equal chance. So I just got unlucky. But when you get unlucky, you get a higher skill score because you get that extra 99. That's the only reason my skill score was so high. If I had gone manic and gotten it in 3, I would have been luckier with a 75 luck. But my overall skill score would have been significantly lower because I wouldn't have the 299s working for me. All right, carom and manic. That's basically what we were seeing, I think. We've got 0.2%, back to 0.2. So I think it's interesting. Whenever we have a nasty trap, like a word with a low solve rate, more people are getting it in 1. So I'm wondering if it's like people getting spoiled because there's a lot of chatter about the word that day. And when people get spoiled, they just get it in 1 so that they don't lose their streak. That's my theory. And I feel like we should pay attention to that. All right, we got a 99, greater than 99% solve rate. People really aren't losing. But if they lose on panic or magic or mania. But all right, let's go back and analyze normal mode. All right. About the same. We got 3,400 people. So yeah, this is the thing. Like if the normal mode is a higher number of people than hard mode for the start, then it's definitely just a common starting word. I didn't expect to have 500 people following along, but that's just more evidence towards that. Not that we needed it. All right, candy again, by far the most common follow-up. Cabin, cloak, catch, techie. Very similar words here. Okay. And then it gives me the same skill score for those. Gets it in 4 with slate, corny, panic, manic. We have that our standard 0.3% starting with the answer. And then, ooh, a 98.9% solve rate in normal mode. People losing on panic and magic. So again, lower solve rate, even for a relatively common word. A low with no traps, a low solve rate for a lower solve rate for normal mode than hard mode. All right, well, that's it. How'd you do? And if you would like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.